سيدنا وحبيبنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وما والاه. أيها المستمعون الكرام، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. I by name Jubril Shaibu Al-Basawi from Suleja or Sulejawi. I am here to interact with my brothers and sisters on the issue of knowledge. Knowledge is very, very important. Knowledge is very important in our nation and also in our religion. Without knowledge, nothing will go on. Knowledge is more important than everything. Knowledge is important than even money. Knowledge is important than anything in life. And that is where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Iqra, the first revelation that came to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was issues on knowledge. The first revelation, the first verses started revealed to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is on knowledge, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is instructing his messenger, commanding his messenger to read when he said, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Iqra'a bismi rabbika alladhi khalaqa, khalaqa al-insana min alaqa, Iqra'a wa rabbuka al-akram, alladhi allama bil-qalam, allama al-insana ma lam ya'lam. Allah says, Ya Rasulullah, read, recite, read. Remember that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was brought up orphan. He have never been in school, never go to anywhere. He was replied to the angel, Ma ana biqari'i, what do you expect me to read? The angel have to cover him with his feather, Angel Gabriel, Angel Jibril, and press his heart and say, Ya Rasulullah. Press his chest and say, Ya Rasulullah, Iqra. Before Rasulullah say, Iqra, this he suffered in the first day of recitation. Rasulullah was very sweating. After this revelation, he came back home. He met his wife Khadija. He was feeling fever for the pressure. Says, Zambiluna. He's telling his wife, cover me. It's a longer issue. And that is why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Alabul ilmi faridatu ala kulli muslim wal muslima. Seeking for knowledge upon all the men and women, children, adults, old age, is compulsory in the Islam. Not only knowledge on Quran, but the Quran knowledge, but the Hadith knowledge, but the Western education, agriculture, economics, accounting, business. All those subjects we offer in secondary school and the university are compulsory for us to obtain the knowledge. Not to go without knowledge. Nothing ever go without knowledge. And that is why if you go to some of the, let me say the Saudi Arabia and the Dubai and other, you see the Arabs, they are more intelligent, they are very educated. And that is why their nation go high. So Islam welcome the orientation of knowledge. Okay. Even in the kitchen, a woman have to become educated before she know how to cook and people enjoy her food. Even a married woman, she has to learn how to tie wrapper. She has to learn how to appear before her husband in beauty. Before you ride a car, you have to learn. Before you become a carpenter, you have to learn. So Islam advises on knowledge. And that is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, إِذَا مَاتَ إِبْنَ آدَمْ إِنْقَطَعَ عَمَلَهُ. When a man died, when a son of Adam died, man or woman died, all his file, recorded secret file, all his secret file that used to record his action will be closed when he will die. But 3 files will remain open. Especially your file, if you have distributed to knowledge. If that knowledge is going around, people are benefiting from your knowledge, your skill, or from your knowledge. People are benefiting. You taught so many students. You taught so many people. Whoever benefited from that knowledge, the reward will go to you and you are in the grave. You'll be having a huge reward that will be coming to you after you died or you're dead. So nothing go on earth without knowledge. And that is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say in the Quran, وَإِذْ قُلْنَا لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً قَالُوا أَتَجْعَلُ فِيهَا مَنْ يُفْسِدُ فِيهَا وَيَسْفِكُ دِمَاءً وَنَحْنُ نُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِكَ وَنُقَدِّسُ. When Allah wants to create our father Adam, the angels confront Allah. Why will you create a man who will fight, who will share blood on earth, who commit sin and other, when by we are glorifying you day and night? Allah said, I know what? I know best. When Allah created Adam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked the angels some questions of knowledge. They say, Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma alamtana. Oh Allah, you are the greatest. We know nothing from this question. We only know what been taught to us. Allah says, Ya Adam, anbi'uhum bi asma'ihim. فَلَمَّا أَنْبَأَهُمْ بِأَسْمَائِهِمْ قَالَ أَلَمْ أَقُلْ لَكُمْ إِنِّي أَعْلَمُ غَيْبَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَأَعْلَمُ مَا تُبْدُونَ وَمَا كُنْتُمْ تَكْتُمُونَ. Allah says, Adam, teach them. When they fail to know, teach the angels. Adam became a teacher of angels. He gave them knowledge. He taught them knowledge. Adam. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِذْ قُلْنَا لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ اسْجُدُوا لِآدَمَ. We now give a command that the angels should prostrate to Adam. And all of them prostrated. إِلَّا إِبْلِيسَ أَبَى وَاسْتَكْبَرَ وَكَانَ مِنَ الْكَافِرِينَ. It is only the shaitan, the devil, that refused to prostrate before Adam because of this thing. So what made Adam to become the teacher of the angel, to become the first teacher on earth? Because of knowledge. So Islam never welcomed illiterate. Islam never welcomed ignorance. Islam never welcomed somebody who is not ready to learn. If you don't have education, you don't have knowledge, there's no place for you in Islam. Islam never welcomed any ignorance. And that is why even before the Western education, already in Nigeria, especially the northern part of Nigeria, already there's knowledge that we call Makaranta Allo. There is knowledge being introduced by Islam. The Muslim learn Quran, learn Hadith, and learn in Arabic, even how to write in Arabic, use the Arabic alphabet to write, even before the Western education. So whoever say Western education or whatever is not ready, this person is lying. Even in the history, most of the Islamic scholar works have been translated into English by the Europe during the Abbasi. And the first library built in history was Beit al-Hikmah, built by the Muslim, where different works, different writers, different works were kept. And in any field, in any subject, in any field, in any course, you found out that scholars have already taught about it. And all this knowledge we have been originated from the Quran and the Sunnah. So Islam is not welcome illiterate. We need to be very educated, parent, children, sister, brothers, all of us, we have to be very educated. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say in the Quran, يَسْتَوِ الَّذِينَ يَعْلَمُونَ وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Can you compare those who know and those who do not know? Those who know, they have higher rank here on earth and hereafter in the day of Al-Qiyamah, in the paradise. And that is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, even when you worship Allah with illiterate, Allah doesn't accept anything from you. It is when you worship God with knowledge, with education. And that is why he said, Arifuni qabla an ta'budu. Yani, know me first before you worship me. If you don't know me, how do you worship me? So because of time, I'm going to stop here. We shall meet next, inshallah. وسبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
Is for Shams, the shining sun, which Allah placed for everyone.
That was Malam Jibril Sulejade, who spoke to us extensively on the significance of seeking knowledge in Islam and the reward you will get at the end of it all. May Allah continue to bless the little knowledge we have. Ameen. Up next on the lineup is the Women Angle segment. Let's join them.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters. My name is Rashidat Sadiq, and you're welcome to today's episode of Women Angle. Today we have a delectable personality with us, and she's going to be sharing how, as Muslims, we can make sure that we maintain Islamic ethics at work. Please join me to welcome Hajia Mariam Tahan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan bikum.
MashaAllah. All right. So our theme remains navigating difficult times through the help of Allah. And we know that in the world we live in, it's not easy to be a Muslim and still want to give your own part in a workplace that is secular. So please, can you just tell us how we can ensure that we adhere to Islamic ethics while pursuing our professional success?
Naam. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. I can say that this is a very, very deep issue, because as a believer and as a woman, you naturally have a lot of challenges in our contemporary life, because most of the practices around the Muslim believer are non-Islamic. And for a believing woman to maintain her dignity and her fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes her a lot of struggle. So I agree to the issue that it is a struggle. Ordinarily, a believing woman is surrounded by all kinds of non-Islamic attitude and behavior. And for the Muslim woman to protect herself against all these non-Islamic attitudes and beliefs, she has to be, number one, conscious of them. Mm-hmm. Secondly, she has to be knowledgeable enough to know how to deal with them. And the last thing, she has to present the responsibility of a believing woman to the society. Because it's so frustrating sometimes that makes you feel that, am I going to lose my akhirah because of these challenges? Let me forget about all life and sit at home and worship Allah. It's not like that. It can't be like that. Because the believing woman is part of the ummah, and she has to play her responsibility and her role, but she has to be conscious of these challenges and be prepared to deal with them. Let me give you an example. For example, many of us, you see, you go to mosque, you wear this beautiful hijab. You go to the office, you wear a cap. And this is, I don't know what to, is it that there is different Allah in the mosque from the office? Do you have any excuse or ayah or hadith that told the Muslim woman that hijab is only for the mosque, and when you want to go to office you wear a cap? Or are you trying to say that you want to satisfy your colleagues and your boss before you satisfy Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Will these people that you are trying to satisfy them will carry some of your sins and face Allah with it? She has to be conscious and strong enough to face them. You know. Secondly, as working women, it's not necessary that you are working in a place that observes the Islamic ethics. You could be in an environment where there are many, they don't even recognize the Islamic ethics. Like, for example, they shake hands together. You as a believer, Muslim believer, do you agree to the shaking hands of males? Many women, they fall they are shy. They don't have the strength or the psychological confidence to say, I'm sorry, my brother, I don't shake hands with men. Strange men. They are not your husband, they are not your brother, they are not your father, they are not mahari. Many of us feel shy. Maybe I will embarrass him. Maybe he will hate me. You have to be strong enough to defend your attitude as a Muslim woman. It could be in a very polite way. It can be very diplomatic reply, but you have to be conscious that you are responsible for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, number one. And don't forget that that is the image of a Muslim woman that you are passing to the others, to the public.
Yeah.
There are many non-believers, they shake hands with all confidence with women and thinking that it's okay for them. So he will not only do it for you, he will do it for any other woman outside, whether she is a Muslim or not. His belief that it's a normal thing, it's an okay thing, because he has a colleague in the office used to shake hands.
Yeah.
You know? And so like that, there are so many attitudes we face during our work or office hours that violate the responsibility of a believing woman.
Okay, so Hajia, I love the fact that you've mentioned two core aspects. We have to be aware of what the Islamic ethics are, and we have to be knowledgeable. And I am so happy that you've already mentioned areas around using hijab, areas around shaking hands. Please, can you give us a few more challenges that a Muslimah is likely to face working in a mixed religious setting or in a secular setting?
Yes. Some of the other aspects that are also very important. You know, sometimes in the public or in offices, we will find ourselves in a situation where other beliefs are criticizing Islam. They can be talking about polygamy in a very negative way. They can be talking about our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that he did this, he did that, he fought, he spread Islam by the sword, so many things. A believing woman has to know that it's part of her responsibility to defend Islam and to show other people the correct and the right phase of Islam. Many people, it's out of ignorance. They don't know what is Islam all about. They don't know the principles. They don't know the beauty of Islam. For you as a believing woman, facing the public, facing other people, it's your responsibility. Whenever the time comes and the occasion comes to defend Islam and present Islam in its pure, and that requires that we are knowledgeable. Because many people hear the insult of Islam, answer because we don't have the real knowledge of it. So it's very important that you educate yourself, you increase your knowledge, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask you. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam say, Man ra'a minkum munkaran, if you hear or you see, ra'a minkum munkaran, if you hear or you see any bad thing concerning Islam and you don't change it, you're a deaf shaitan. You heard and you decide to become silent. It's like deaf shaitan. But the real believer, you change it with your hand,